So in modern times, you know, we've got hurricanes, we have stolen elections, we have 9/11. How do we refrain from judging and labeling these kinds of circumstances?
By asking, how can I receive benefit from this experience? How can I grow through this? How can I open up through this? How can I expand through this experience? You know, I lived through 9/11. I was there in New York. I lived through the whole thing and the ensuing days. And I really saw it as an opportunity for people to open their hearts. And there was so much, the first week there was so much connection between people in New York City. I mean, people, can you imagine, for 1 week refrained from honking their horns? You know, while it's a city very famous for its noise, it became quiet. Because suddenly people felt, even on a collective level, that it was not appropriate to do that. It was not appropriate. And people looked in each other's eyes on the street. And people made shrines everywhere with candles and flowers, you know, in front of buildings where someone who lived there was killed, or in front of the firehouses where the firemen and women didn't survive. You know, just people connected to a sense of the sacred and humanity. And unfortunately, or fortunately, that's what happens with humans during times of crisis. People come together more. It's almost like it's designed on another level to bring people closer. So I don't know if that speaks to what you're asking, but
yeah, absolutely.
You know, it's like, instead, you know, what's the opportunity here? Instead of resisting it, kicking and screaming and saying, this is so terrible, this should not be, this is horrible. Instead you can go, what can I receive from this, and what can I contribute? You know, like my friends, the first thing they did was they ran to the shelters, or where the injured were brought, and they asked, what can I contribute? Instead of running away from it, their instinct was, what can I contribute?
So it's almost like if we could see things from a higher perspective, you know, both physically and temporally, you know, we might be able to see what events like this do to trigger growth and development in the human race.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, great.
So it's up to us if we're going to label it as bad or wrong, or, as the Chinese say, crisis equals opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah.